Lesson 3. Contributing events. The Estates General. The Estates General was a representative assembly in France that played a significant role in the lead-up to the French Revolution. It was convened by the king to address financial and political crisis in the country. The Estates General had not been convened since 1614, and its revival in 1789 was seen as a response to the economic and social turmoil in France. The country was facing a severe financial crisis due to the involvement in various wars overseas, and there was a growing discontent among the Third Estate, the commoners, because of both the heavy tax burden and a lack of political representation. The Estates General was composed of representatives from the three estates, the clergy, the nobility, and the commoners. Each estate had an equal number of representatives, despite the fact that the Third Estate represented the majority of the population. Traditionally, each estate had one vote in the Estates General. However, the Third Estate demanded a change to the system of voting by head, which would give them a greater say in the proceedings. This demand was initially rejected by the clergy and nobility, leading to a deadlock. The convening of the Estates General and the subsequent actions of the National Assembly marked a turning point in the French Revolution. It gave a platform to the grievances of the Third Estate and led to the questioning of the absolute power of the monarchy. The events that unfolded during and after the Estates General ultimately led to the overthrow of the monarchy and the establishment of a new political order in France. The National Assembly. The National Assembly was a revolutionary assembly formed during the French Revolution. It was established on June 17, 1789, by the representatives of the Third Estate, the commoners, who had been locked out of the Estates General, the traditional representative body of France. The formation of the National Assembly was a response to the political and social unrest that gripped France. The Third Estate, representing the majority of the population, demanded political and social reforms, including a more representative government and the abolition of feudal privileges. The National Assembly declared itself the legitimate representative of the French people and vowed to draft a new constitution for France. Its members included representatives from the bourgeois, the middle class, as well as some sympathetic members of the nobility and clergy. One of the National Assembly's most significant acts was the adoption of the Declaration of the Rights of Man and the Citizen on August 26, 1789. This document proclaimed the principles of liberty, freedom, equality and fraternity, which is brotherhood. It laid the foundation for the new French government. The National Assembly also conceded to the demands of the Third Estate by implementing various reforms and aimed at dismantling the old regime and establishing a more egalitarian society. It abolished feudal privileges, centralised the administration and introduced a system of equal taxation. However, the National Assembly faced numerous challenges and divisions. There were disagreements among its members regarding the extent of the reforms and the role of the monarchy. Some members advocated for a constitutional monarchy, while others called for the complete removal of the monarchy. In 1791, the National Assembly completed its work and drafted a new constitution, which established a constitutional monarchy with limited powers for the king. The king, Louis XVI, reluctantly accepted the constitution. The National Assembly was dissolved in September 1791 and replaced by the Legislative Assembly, a new legislative body. The dissolution of the National Assembly marked a shift in the revolution, as the more radical elements of the revolution began to gain influence. Despite its relatively short existence, the National Assembly played a crucial role in the early stages of the French Revolution. It laid the groundwork for the transformation of France into a constitutional monarchy and established the principles of liberty, equality, and fraternity that would shape the revolution in its aftermath. The Tennis Court Oath. The Tennis Court Oath was a pivotal event during the early stages of the French Revolution. It took place on June 20th, 1789. On June 20th, the National Assembly arrived at their usual meeting place, the Salle des Menus Plazas, only to find the doors locked and guarded by soldiers. Fearing that the king intended to dissolve the assembly, they moved to a nearby indoor tennis court. Inside the tennis court, the representatives took an oath not to disband until they had given France a constitution. The oath, known as the Tennis Court Oath, was led by Jean-Sylvain Bailly and the President of the National Assembly. It was a powerful symbol of their determination to challenge the absolute power of the monarchy and establish a constitutional government. The Tennis Court Oath had significant impact on the course of the French Revolution. It demonstrated the unity and resolve of the representatives of the Third Estate and their commitment to creating a new political order in France. The oath also inspired widespread support and solidarity among the people, who saw it as a symbol of resistance against the monarchy.